Hello YouTube. My name is Matt. I'm with Clan Corgi in Clash of Clans. It's a small clan, mostly friends, and a few other solid contributors. We're currently in a 10v10 war, and I wanted to start using YouTube to help everybody communicate. So this is my main account, admin01. I have another account called howlib, and this is the state of the war currently. Our opponents got off to a pretty big lead, which is fine because we see where they're at, so it's not a terrible thing. And we're getting off to kind of a slow start, and part of that is because I introduced the idea of Clash Caller, and I didn't really know how to use it, so I'll be trying to clear that up in this video. But before we get started, I wanted to also address Tommy from our clan. Tommy has been with the clan pretty much since the beginning. And as you can see there, he's number 7 in our current 10. And he loves to war. And this video is mostly for him. I had promised you, Tommy, that I would make a video to try to help show how I would attack bases a little bit differently so that you can have a little bit more success. And I wanted to apologize. I know I come across like a jerk in clan chat sometimes, and so I'm sorry for that. When you asked for help, I realized, you know, it's not that easy to just learn and know how to attack different bases. So this video, Tommy, is mostly for you. I will be reviewing your attacks as well as one of my own and giving suggestions on how we can do things differently. So, but first, let's talk about Clash Caller. Works like this. You go in, you create a war, and you tell it basically the expiration rules. And you can tell it when the war ends. So you go in, you put in your clan name, the opponent's clan name, asks you a few questions, and it gives you this unique ID here. Other clan members go to the website, and you'll see this list here. Now, when I first did it, I put in the names of all of the opposing bases, which was a waste of time and also not how this is supposed to work. So when you first checked this the last few days, you probably saw the names of the other bases in there, and that was completely wrong. So that's my bad. I didn't know what I was doing. But the way that it actually works is if you want to call a base, so like, for example, I'm going to call target 4. I'm going to say I'm going to attack target 4 in the next 2 hours with Protovnikov. And you submit the call. Now, when you go to this website, you can see which calls are active, right? When I log in, I can see, oh, I shouldn't attack 4 because Proto already has a call on it. So I'll attack number 3 instead, or number 5 instead. And if everybody's using the call, you also should be able to see all of the results. And then at the bottom here, there's a log of what happened. You can see that today at 10 a.m. I deleted all of the calls that I had mistakenly made when I created the site. So, alright, so I created that call with Protovnikov, and I have 2 hours and 51 minutes before the call expires and somebody else can use it. So basically, Proto's name is just going to sit there for 2 hours and 51 minutes until I make the attack. And after I make the attack, I can come back and click on this button and then set the results. I'm not ready to do that yet. So that's basically how it works. You just go to the website. It's clashcaller.com/war/whatever the ID is, or you can just go to the Clash Caller site and search by the ID. You look at the list, you see which calls are active, and then you attack. That way we don't have two people training bases, training armies to attack the same target, or their target gets sort of sniped out from under them, and we have better communication. There is no clan leader authorization here, so you don't need someone to come in and authorize your attack, and I think that's fine. One of the problems we do have in wars is that some of the Town Hall 8 members, kind of our core group, will attack down, and that uses an attack that one of our lower members, usually we have 2 or 3 7s or lower, that can sometimes attack and have a chance at 3-starring. And if they get the opportunity to do that, not only do they get loot, which is good for them, but they also could 3-star, which means that those Town Hall 8 attacks can be used more effectively against another target. So just keep that in mind, but you know, it's something we'll work on. Alright, so next, I'm going to launch into a live attack. Admin01 is my main account, and howlib is my secondary account. And I have a friend who played Clash and wanted to join the clan, but he's very inactive. So he agreed to let me work on his account, and that friend is Protovnikov. I believe I have everything ready to go for him, and we're going to try to attack number 4. And I'll show you guys how I do the planning. Alright, so here's my my war comp. I'm not going to have a king for this one because my king is still 2 days away from level 9. Still building, so it happens. Okay, so I've got 3 golems, which is kind of heavy, but I think that will work out in my favor. We have 4 earthquakes total, including the donated one, and 4 heal spells, and it's basically just a hog attack with the golems tanking in at the beginning, wizards behind to direct the queen in the way I want her to go. And it's pretty simple, it's pretty straightforward. I use this a lot with Proto. It gives me that 26 hogs and 4 heals, which can be very valuable against most bases. So the target that I called was number 4. So we'll go in and scout it just briefly, and I actually have the plan drawn up already. The primary targets for number 4 here are the Archer Queen. I need to take the Archer Queen out before she decimates the hogs, and preferably one of the Expos. If I had a way to get both, I would definitely prioritize that, but I don't think that's realistic, so that's not going to happen. I also need to take out the clan castle, which I will attempt to do on the fly, and I actually didn't draw into my plan. So my goal then, because the queen is over here, is to attack from the southwest side, funnel the buildings that would distract the queen, break in, or use my earthquakes to open it up, and then break in as necessary. I do have a couple wall breakers. Take the queen out and the expo and a few of these defensive buildings, and then send in hogs to clean up the rest. I do need to make sure I pop the clan castle. I don't know what it is, but it's probably going to be either a lava hound or a dragon and 2 balloons, or a dragon and some other troops. So I will need to add something to the attack to pop this clan castle. You can see in the scout, when you scout, you can see the ring of the clan castle that when it will trigger. So I can just send in 1 hog on this side probably to trigger the clan castle once the queen is down, or once the golems are down. That way the clan castle will target the golems, which is preferable. Okay, here is my sort of basic plan I've drawn up. Now, this is a program called Sketch. You can use it to take screenshots and then draw on screenshots. You can draw on all kinds of stuff as well. But here is the drawing I've come up with for the base. So, as I said, I'm going to start off with these 2. I'm not trying to draw here, but I'm going to start off with these 2 black arrows. Anyway, oh, this is saved with the diagrams on it, so I can't select it, but as you can see, I'm trying to touch this black arrow down here. That is a golem. So all 3 of these black arrows are golems. The 2 outside golems are going to go first, and then you see the red circles here. There's 4 of them. Each one of those is a wizard, so I'll drop those once the golems are in and the defenses are targeting the golems to take out those extra buildings on the sides, and they won't be attacked. So I'm going to use those wizards to take those buildings out while the golems are attacking, and then after some of those buildings are cleared, and I don't have to worry about the queen getting redirected. Also noticed I put the king in, and I don't have a king. I'm going to drop the 4 earthquake spells. That's the orange circles there with the X to clear out all of those walls. I want to do that before the golems break through anything, but after the buildings are cleared. And then I'll send in some wall breakers, that's these yellow circles here, to break into this outer area, although that may not be necessary, but it'll give all of the golems a chance to redirect. And then around that time is when I'm going to drop a hog over here on the other side to come in and trip the clan castle. The clan castle will come out, slaughter that hog, and then fly over and probably start attacking the golems. Once they have targeted the golems, I'll send the queen in. She should be free to route in. And then you can see all the black X's. Those are the buildings I plan to have destroyed before I send any of the remaining hogs in. Once those are gone, I'm going to send my first group of hogs in right here at this blue arrow. And I've kind of traced how their path should go if all those buildings are out. So I plan to, that yellow circle will be my first heal. and that's where I want to heal that first group of hogs when they get over there. There may be Teslas in this spot here. I mean, they could potentially be here, 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 here. Oh, sorry, not there. But the one I already marked. They could be in any of those spots. They're most likely to be in the two spots on the top or bottom. And of course there will be two more somewhere else. And the other two probably either in the outside, like this, or just in two spots they didn't use for giant bombs. I don't expect giant bombs here or here. Where I think the giant bombs are going to be are probably these four spots right here. Putting two giant bombs together like that will annihilate hogs, and those two double giant bomb locations are between defenses, so hogs are likely to route across. And so that's what we kind of need to plan around. That's our biggest threat once the queen and everything is gone. Put that yellow heal spell down, and then once the hogs get close to that wizard tower right here, I will send in some more hogs along these blue arrows. The dots just indicate I plan to send them in together to try to take out all of these defensive buildings at the same time, so that if there's any giant bombs between, they kind of get neutralized. The hogs may still route across them, but there will be fewer hogs, and I'll still have some in reserve. And I'll actually send the main group in up here. This is not super likely to 3-star, but it does have a pretty good shot. I think it most depends on whether I'm able to deal with the clan castle troops, because I only have the queen, really, to deal with them. And the wizards, sort of. And the hogs have a sort of non-negligible chance of running over giant bombs, because since I don't know where they're at. There also is one expa left. That's not a huge issue. It's nice to have 4 heals, so I should be able to protect the hogs once they're deployed, as long as they don't hit giant bombs.